Coming up after the news. The Proms at the centre of a Brexit row. Concert goers at the Royal Albert Hall told put away your EU flags, even though Ode to Joy was being performed. Yes, a row at the Proms. More on that after this. Just turned 7:46, LBC News headlines, Simon Conway. To the Proms, not normally a place of great protest, is it? But it's the centre of a Brexit row, after concert goers at the Royal Albert Hall were ordered to put away their EU flags. Campaigners draped about half a dozen flags over the barriers separating the audience from the orchestra towards the end of the performance by the BBC's National Orchestra of Wales. The key is, of course, the music that was being performed. It's the EU's anthem. Been the official emblem of the EU under the proposed European Constitution, but that, you may recall, was junked after being rejected by the French in a referendum. Clive Lewis is one of these demonstrators. Joins me now. Why did you do it, Mr. Lewis? Good morning.
Because I'm a British patriot. I'm a passionate supporter of what's in the best interest of our country, and this very narrow referendum result of 37% of the electorate, 51.9% of votes, is taking away some of my fundamental rights as an EU citizen to be able to work, to retire in any other of the EU countries.
Of course, you are going to a concert, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, I was. And, by the way, the statement that I was contacted by Robert Dex from the Evening Standard on Monday, so I knew it was going to be in the Evening Standard yesterday.
Right.
What he wrote...
I'm afraid I haven't seen I haven't seen it, and he's not here to defend himself. Why, has he misquoted you, in your view?
No, he's not.
Oh, right, good.
It was correct.
Oh, good, fine.
But the statement he quoted from the BBC in the Royal Albert Hall was not factually correct.
Right. Statement on behalf of the Albert Hall says flags are permitted. However, our primary concern is the smooth running of the festival. On this occasion, a small number of people with large flags caused disruption to the audience and performers at the front of the arena. In line with standard event management, staff intervened as they would for any disturbance in the hall. Not so?
Yes, that is not true. One of us had a flag confiscated on the way in.
Was this an orchestrated demonstration? Oh, what a good word I chose. Was this an orchestrated demonstration, Mr. Lewis?
It was, yes. We planned it in advance in secret. We had forewarned the orchestra, which is, again, something...
How did you forewarn the orchestra?
We met them as they were going into their entrance.
What was their reaction when they heard about it? Was it music to their ears, to keep the puns going?
Yes, it was.
It was music to their... Because I think, didn't the conductor wear an EU pin, I think, didn't he? Have I got that right?
I think that was a previous...
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, OK.
Yes. I know, I was on the back. I was one of those on the front of the barrier, right in front of the arena.
Oh, right.
And I got a few wry smiles off the orchestra as they came in, because I was wearing a hat, the same as the one that the Queen wore.
Oh, yes.
The Queen's speech.
The EU colour.
Yes.
Now, I have to put this to you, you little rabble-rouser. Did you cause disruption to the audience and performers at the front of the arena, as they're saying?
I would say no, because what we did, there was about around about 5 of us on the front of the barrier. We had other people scattered around the auditorium.
Right.
What we did at on the front barrier is we put the flags. We just hung the flags over the barrier.
Yeah.
Left them still, so they weren't obstructing anybody's view.
So what do you think, lastly, a flag is a flag, and I'm afraid I've never attended the Proms, but I've watched it regularly, and of course I recall the rampant, unchecked patriotic joy on the last night of the Proms. What do you think, or even last night of the Prams, what do you think lay behind it, lastly, Mr. Lewis?
I think... I'm really not sure, but... we were sort of informed that flags were not allowed, which is not what the statement in the Evening Standard said from the BBC. I actually hid my flag down my trousers to get in.
Was it a big flag?
It was 5 foot by 3 foot.
Holy moly, that's a whopper down your trousers. It's not often I say that to a man.
Yeah.
Well, is this it for your life of demonstration and rabble-rousing, Mr. Lewis, or do you plan to do it again?
Oh, to quote a song, you ain't seen nothing
You
yet.
ain't seen nothing yet. Well, whatever you do, stay the right side of the law. Thank you for having a sense of humour. And it does seem rather heavy-handed reaction. Clive Lewis, thank you. You're one of the concert goers. You're one of the demonstrators. I've read the BBC and Albert Hall comments, so I don't need to read it again, do I?